Because I'm different. That the only people who ever really pretended to accept me were the druggies and the homeless. The rest of y'all couldn't give two shits less. I'm gonna see what time they open up the laundromat tomorrow because I need to be able to wash my laundry. Sorry, it said 4 to 10. I didn't realize it was after 10. Thanks, sir. What time do y'all open tomorrow?
4 a.m.
Alright, good. I have no clean clothes, and I think I have it. Oh, I do have quarters, though.
Was cool. Correct. Sweet spot 600?
What do you need, a big washer?
Hybrid treats in your own kitchen.
No, I don't have enough in there. I just need to get some clean clothes so that I can wash the ones I'm wearing, basically.
A happy accident is in the name of an iconic New York City sweet spot that is famed for
I
its
think I might have some clean clothes in storage or buried in my vehicle.
What size pants do you wear?
Sweet Spots 1000. Founded in Paris,
34, 32, I think.
34, 32?
Yeah.
Jared, what am I?
You need to fit in with the locals and get some of them lager jeans, some
What?
suspenders. Some of them lager jeans and suspenders.
No.
Yeah, hell no.
If I get a pet goat, it's for eating, not breeding.
Well, you could get a logging job. Sit in the machine all day. I'm just joking because you told me that. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
You need something passive income that the government can't, like, try to take from you what you already have.
Well, what I need is somebody to understand my disability so that they can help speak for me because I'm not allowed. I get my taxes done and get $1,000 because it's owed from the COVID crap. I should have had it a long time ago. The problem is that people assume because I'm intelligent means I'm functional, and it's not the same.
Have you done the H&R Block?
They're right down the thing in the same building here. I was gonna go down and talk to them today, but it was a bunch of hurry up and wait, and run around like a chicken with my head cut off. I did get a lot of stuff done. I did buy some essentials. Spent like $150 almost on the car to make sure that I had one tire in the back left that I hadn't been able to change out, and I changed it out today.
That's the driver's side. The back one.
Yeah.
So you put a new one on there?
Yep.
Nice.
This is what it sounds like to celebrate a feeling.
Well, that was
Did it have a donut on it before?
No, it just had a tire that was worn down to the nubbins. It looked like a racing slick.
It looks like you went through them. Like the front two look newer.
They are. And the donut that I had resting against the car, I was able to get it into the car. Just something like that hurt for a while. I couldn't possibly get that upstairs into storage, so I gotta try to see if they have something on the ground floor yet at storage, because if it's on the ground floor, I don't have to make it up them fucking stairs. Those kill me every time. If it's on the bottom floor, I can literally pull right up to it. It's like a foot from the ass end of my car to the front end of the storage.
Do
So
they have any bottom floors empty ones?
they didn't the last time I was in there, but that's why I keep checking in. But I also gotta wait for TCCHC to call me tomorrow about possible week worth of insurance rent for a hotel or whatever. You know, it'd be more productive really to just rent a campsite for a month. It'd be cheaper. It's like $160. They spend $109 a night is their special discount price that they get there. And even that's like a campsite plus a vehicle, that's $30 a night. That's 3 nights worth out of the campsite for the cost of staying in a room.
Yeah, so you could have 3 months at the campsite.
No, they're only willing to pay for 1 week worth of a room.
Oh, 1 week.
Yeah,
So you'd have a month. 3 weeks.
yeah. And with all my money getting spent trying to keep the vehicle up and running, all of my money goes to gas and to driving around to all those appointments until I'm out of money, and then the rest of the month I went to live stock. And like I said, there's lots of stuff I could do, but instead of making suggestions, people don't find out what I can do. What they do is keep on telling me, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Why don't they find out why I'm not able to do stuff? Why don't they listen when I explain to them what my disabilities are? Why do most people make it a piston
Well, you
contest?
should be able to be a logger.
I should be able to be a
Throw
logger.
some cables on your back, run down the mountain, run back up it.
That is never the way we did it, ever.
Huh? That's highly logging. That's the way we do it around here.
No, it's not.
Bullshit. I logged fucking half of my adult life.
You do not run downhill dragging a log.
No, not a log. Chokers.
Ah,
You have 2 chokers in
Yeah.
your skid line.
I was like,
Damn.
I could see you doing that. It ain't smart.
Yeah, normally you have 4 chokers, but you know, some guys can only handle 2 or 3.
I don't know. I prefer to put a timber hitch in and just swing it back and forth going down the mountain. That way you can use the trees as a brake if you need. But I never went up logging. You know, that was never my job. I didn't get to cut down nice straight pines that were all nice and pretty all the time.
But that's a different, like,
Yeah, it's different tree
Pine-
cutting than it
pines.
is logging for sure.
different country.
Yeah, we knocked down like Chinese elm and cottonwood and stuff. It's a lot different, a lot naughtier, a lot nastier. And it splits and pops and explodes on you when you light it on fire. Long after pine's already dried out. They're knocking down a lot of cedars again up here, I noticed.
No cedar. Can't have a log cedar in Oregon.
Well, some of them trucks had red cedar in them. Well, what is that then?
It's fir or hemlock.
Too straight to be fir or hemlock.
No.
Cause I saw like 3 or 4 of them on one of them logging trailers just yesterday, or it might have been today.
No, like, so in the state of Oregon, you can't log western red cedar.
I knew that, and that's why I was asking.
Now, if one of those log trucks hauls a cedar log into a mill, when they scale it, their fine's like $5,700. So they'd have to haul 3 loads of logs to make up for that one.
Well, you could be right. I just, you know, the firs that I'm used to seeing are knotted and low lying, and they're not
See,
straight.
our fir trees are straight and fucking, I mean, typically big.
Signature desserts from Dominique and Sal Bakery include
So my great grandpa, he was a logger and he homesteaded here in Tillamook.
yes.
And when he first moved to Tillamook, he was 17 years old, and he burned out a stump, an old growth stump, and that was his little cabin. Imagine the size of that. I mean, it wasn't much bigger than the sleep then, but
Well, I'm looking for a site just big to dig a hole for me and my stuff. Just the important camping stuff, and then I'd keep the important evidence and stuff here in town with my vehicle.
how are you getting from your campsite to your vehicle?
So I'll figure that out once I got a campsite.
Toad Story. Carousel, 2 days, 1 solution. Did you know that
I'm assuming it's probably not as easy to hitchhike here as it is in Nederland, Colorado.
What was this guy?
God, you're almost out of balls.
I know. Some fucking guy keeps buying them.
Hey, it wasn't just me. There was a lady in here earlier, she had about 50 of them.
What?
Yeah. She had them in a Ziploc bag. She had them sitting right there while she was washing her laundry.
She tell you the trick to win them or what?
No, I figured that on my own because it says so right there. It says be a winner, and then it pokes at the hole on the left. And it says product shoot, and it pokes at the hole on the right. So the light comes on, and all you gotta do is knock the ball into the hole on the left-hand side where it says hit the zone, be a winner, and it gives you hit the zone and win one free right there. So it spells it out in English, right? And then here it says hit the zone, win one free. Right there, hit the zone. It's pointing the arrow right there. It says win one extra product by hitting it into zone hole. One extra product possible per game. Place coin into mechanism and turn. Make sure hands are on the flipper knobs. Product will drop onto playing area.
So you gotta use this side.
Both of them work.
Well, how are you gonna get in the zone on the other one?
Well, I smack it real hard and it goes right up through there. Half the time it goes literally right up through there and then it bounces down into this hole. The other half of the time it bounces right up in through there and then it goes into this hole. But it gives me a free ball anyway. I've literally never made it actually into the hole. Oh wait, it's just a black rock. It's just a wall there. Never mind, that explains why it doesn't. I can see the little green sensor right there where it can tell when the light hits it and it, yeah. It doesn't work as well on the clear balls. I noticed that. So that's probably why.
Yeah, I need to order bouncy balls and gum balls.
I might have enough for a gumball. If I do, I'll let you know. I have $1.
Look, this is a quarter. I picked it up off the ground here.
Alright, fine, I'll take the quarter. Now I feel great. I just totally ripped the dude off for his only quarter.
Was it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I could have a couple of quarters.
But here's the thing that's funny about that. I don't have any teeth. So what am I going to do with a gumball? Here's a quarter back.
You don't want to win 2 bouncy balls?
Alright, I'll win you a couple of bouncy balls, or at least
I don't want bouncy balls.
do my bestest. Well, then why are you having me waste a 1964 quarter on
Is that
bouncy
silver?
balls? No, it's not. It has to be a little older than that.
No. Eva, what is the girl with the dragon tattoo? Yes, or the Millennium series. In the series 16.
Hit it twice. Give you a free ball.
No, it's about to distribute another one.
2000.
See, I get 2.
Jim put this machine in here, I think he said in 2000, and it runs on D batteries, and he's never replaced them.
She created girls and played one of them, Hannah Horvath.
Well, it might be taunted by a haunted soul.
That's right.
Alright, I'm so full of it, my eyes are brown. I am gonna go waste $1 on a soda pop outside though. Oh my god, I gotta wash my blankets too. That's important.
You want $1 for a soda machine?
I have $1 for a soda machine.
I'll give you $1.
For what?
It's my soda machine.
You own it?
I do.
Apparently still learning to duck. Tight end Cam McCormick of this
Personally
high school
mine.
got a 9th year of eligibility in
My boss gave it to me.
Eva, what is Oregon?
Why?
It's the University of
Because
Oregon.
he's the nicest guy you've ever met in your life.
I've never met him in my
February 7th,
life.
2020
Well,
provided
he'd be
a
the
rare
nicest
form
guy you
of
ever met
this
in your
across the world, something that last occurred 912 years
He's a
ago.
really nice
and
guy,
will
just
happen
quality,
again
good
in
person.
1998. Eva, what is a palindrome? Yes, the next one will be 12, 12, 21, 21.
Was he a detective or something?
No,
In 2022, the Juno spacecraft.
no, he was a butcher for
Oh, that makes sense.
30 years,
Aglow with volcanoes. Jared,
What is IO?
yes.
and he worked for a big company, and
They
told him he had to move to California, and he said, or his wife said, I ain't moving to California. And so they just started entrepreneuring.
Jared,
Who is Eric von
You know,
Richthofen?
I never really hated California. I just never really liked
his name
Californians.
was Manfred. Jared.
Man of War 1600.
I went to California for
Thanks for 4,200. How much do
6
you
weeks
wager?
with my grandma.
Let's do 3,000.
Oh,
For
Jesus.
second place, if you're correct, here's your clue. Appropriately,
It was
noted clockmaker Aaron Willard was one of these
Like the Bay
colonial
Area?
militiamen.
It wasn't, I don't know, it was nice, but
Over 2.
I,
It was a Minuteman. That'll take you down to
before I
12
was
minutes,
6 years
selecting
old when I
Man
went
of War
down there.
2000.
So
World War II
before
Medal
that,
of
I'd never
Honor,
seen,
John
and I lived in
Vassalon,
Vernonia,
who served in the
You know where that
Philippines
is?
in the 1930s, had this
way up in the
nickname.
sticks,
Jared.
up
What's
Highway
that?
6.
Yes.
It's just like way off in the middle of fucking nowhere.
It takes two, baby.
Nowhere.
Well, two intertwined sugar phosphate
So,
chains anyway, to be this landmark 19.
Anyways, I'd never seen a colored person, I'd never seen
Jared.
Was a double helix.
Yes.
a transgender or anything like
It's
that, so.
twins. Here
Did
is
you
this
run your
process
mouth up and
of one
stupid and
cell
get your ass
duplicating
beat?
two genetically
Okay,
identical
go ahead
daughter
then.
cells.
Uh,
Eva, what is mitosis? Yes.
but I seen my first,
Longer than cilia, they're the
He,
parts
she
of the
down there,
bacterial cell providing
and
motility here.
I said, Grandma,
Jared,
What are flagella?
that man's wearing a skirt.
Not sure everyday word. 1200.
in this system of equalizing the burden
Said-
horses
she
carry to
told me,
make a
she
race
said,
fair, and
Son, I
impulse
think
is
that he
adequate.
wants, I think that he wants to be called a woman.
That's
Nope, that's a dude.
Jared.
Not sure everyday
What
words.
an insensitive kid you was.
There's the
Makes
Little
sense
kids
though.
Little kids don't know better. You don't know better when you're 6 years old.
That's right, just like the Romans, when pants were considered women's clothes, would have walked around going, oh, that dude's wearing pants. Those are for girls. Wow,
What's a
No.
megaparsec?
different times. Back in Roman times, the men were more likely to wear the dresses.
Yeah, and I seen my first colored person down there.
What color? Pink?
Black.
With the interpretation of biblical texts.
Well, I see a colored person right in front of me. You're pink and peach.
That's hermeneutics. Jared,
What?
Guys turning the wrong damn way.
time to get meta and
Well, that
look at
happens
these
often.
moments highlighted here.
I've never seen somebody do that before in my life.
Yes.
But he's on the wrong lane going on. He's
The sea of
Fucking
monsters.
backwards, son of a bitch.
Eva,
maybe he's
what
from
is
Britain.
Percy Jackson books? Yes.
He was driving slow like a drunk.
Series 400. A Clash of Kings. Eva,
What is a Song of Fire and Ice?
I'm testing the different bounce
What's a song of
properties.
ice and fire?
that's it.
Man of War 800.
These
Lord
two are about the
Salty,
same.
You cannot refine it, said this Civil War man. Jared.
Who's Sherman?
Yes,
So,
William T. Sherman.
William Tecumseh Sherman.
Pour one out for Mr. This, gone too soon in 2001. It was first named Peppo, but Dr. Pepper's lawyers had issues with that. Eva, what is Mr. Finn? Correct.
TV800.
Do what?
Her childhood dream
This
was to be
thing's
on
just not
SNL,
quite
and she
right.
made the most of it with memorable characters like an alien abduction survivor. Jared. Yes, it's
Not sure everyday words 800.
make a designer finish.
Well, I think it's cool that he's got an enchanted machine over here. I know it's not really enchanted, but it sounds cool.
On your everyday words 400.
Ancestroid means shaped like these items used to capture.
Anyway, there's a gentleman who might help me tomorrow, after 5 o'clock at my storage and moving some of my stuff.
Who is it?
His name is, fucking Jesus, hold on a second. His last name is Crabtree.
Tyler.
Yeah. He's a little shipwrecked. It was being a fucking butt munch over at the goddamn library parking lot, exposing his shitter box to me and whatnot.
Yeah, I've known him since he was a little kid.
Well, he talked to me like I was a human being and stopped acting like twat waffle, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, Tyler is a really nice guy.
Yeah. He said, he explained his situation, what he was messed up on, and who he was with, and how that had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, he's a follower. He don't know how to be his own person. Tyler, what kind of soda pop do you want?
Oh, like it's gonna make me make decisions.
You want to trade my stack for your stack?
Dude, you're probably as broke as I am. Let me guess, all of your money is already spent.
No. It's
Mine
all
is.
right here.
Every bit of mine has to be budgeted. And no, I don't want to rip off you or your kids that way. Either a Mountain Dew or
I'll let you push the button.
alright, well that's awful sweet of you.
See, because I put this in here, and I paid 50 cents for it, and this money is going to be saved. My
They're
kids-
28 cents a piece.
Huh?
They're 28 cents a piece.
How do
You got a wholesaler's license, right?
No.
Oh.
No, I just buy them from the store, like. What do you mean a wholesaler's license?
Well, if you get the little stampy thingy, then
You gotta pay for a deposit that way? You have a lighter on you?
I do, it's right here. Why, did you need one? Alright, I'll allow it. But be careful with this lighter, it's my Snoop Dogg lighter. Snoop Frog, Froggy Frog. She don't love me, she just love my froggy style. Hop on, hop off.
Yeah, so.
Pig lick with my mind on my honey and my honey on my mind.
Yeah, so. Yeah, my boss gave me that last week. Told me it's mine, I could have it. But, so I have to take the money and put a savings account at the bank and put it all in the savings account.
Why the hell is my door wide open?
Oh, I wonder if this guy can trade you for Highlander.
Is that what that Toyota is? Well, I don't think that any Toyota can be considered a Toyota if it ain't green. Whoa. Oh! See, now that would have been a perfect ending to Jim Henson's life. Instead of Kermit the Frog singing It Ain't Easy Being Green, if it had been Yoder instead. Oh.
So you're gonna take some of this stuff and put it in your storage?
Yeah, at least for now. I gotta try to find a safe place for my evidence. And a safe place for me. Having only a week at a motel, as long as I take one project with me to work on for keeping my mind straight and
You
the
know
rest
where the
evidence.
safe rest is? The 6 cabins they have up there?
You mean at the Seventh Day Adventist?
No, it's by Hogan's Farm on the highway where the bridge goes over the road.
That's the Seventh Day Adventist Church, and then right across is where they have the food bank there, and also they have clothes and stuff, and right next to that.
That's all
is
the
where
Seventh Day Adventist stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, they're kind of weirdos. They don't work on Friday and shit.
Well, they're a little more weird than that, but the weirdo stuff that I got an issue with is different weirdo shit than what I consider weirdo shit for me, because I consider myself a weirdo, but I'm not a weirdo like that.
Did I give you a cigarette?
You did. I was gonna let you use my lighter, and then you handed it back, but I had to come over to my car so that I could put my balls in it. One of them's blue.
I got 2 blue balls.
Well, I try to match them up in sets of 3, remember? 3 grapes.
So, yeah. But, so you don't like, if there's something wrong with the Seventh-day Adventist up there?
There's a few things wrong with it, but most of those are personal issues with me having to go find a mandated reporter when fucked up shit happens, and people don't understand it. The problem here isn't that somebody did something to me a long, long time ago and that I can still remember. It's the fact that it's ongoing. It's the fact that when I have an issue and I need to go to the police aren't going to do anything without a friend or family member who knows me, is aware of me, knows what my disabilities are at least, and can fucking speak up and say, hey, if he says he's being harassed, he's being harassed. The issue here isn't the people that are harassing him. The issue here is that the police aren't doing a goddamn thing. He is disabled, and all of his disability money gets spent running around for all of you dipshits to do jack shit. Every fucking agency I've been to, and then people, every time I try to get some help with it, people go, well, have you tried TFCC yet? Did you try CARE? Like, yeah, I tried them when I first got here months ago. That's why there's such a major issue. It's not the people who fucking terrorize me out here that are the problem. It's the fact that if it's a major enough issue that I need to go to law enforcement, I need to be able to go to law enforcement. I need to not have to be afraid of law enforcement, and that's what nobody gets about this whole reputation thing. The disabilities that I have as a result of the abuse by law enforcement, the number of times I've been fucking assaulted by cops and fucking jailers, holy shit, dude. But I got fucking rules. You don't touch kids. You touch kids, you end up on the internet. If you protect people that touch kids, you end up on the internet. That's how it is. I let everybody know that that's how it is.
Yeah, touching kids ain't cool.
You know what the only thing that's worse than a child molester is? People who help them get away.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
They're
seriously.
sicker than they are. Yeah, I agree. 100%.
That's where I tell my ex-friends what pieces of shit they are. I'm like, hey, you literally helped pedophiles and rapists to get away because you didn't want to deal with it. You didn't want to be an actual friend when there was an actual issue. Me being called mentally ill, my instructions are very clear. I go to a friend or family member right away, and we try to turn it in right away. If I need a safe place to sit down and write it, yes, I'm autistic. That means that with this going on, I literally can't function. You get to have more than one conversation with me where I'm freaking out. And I'm not having bad freakouts when I'm talking to you. But the multitasking thing, right now I'm having problems staying even on topic, because that vehicle down there that drove off, that has a weird hum to it. And the whining on that vehicle right there is annoying the shit out of me. And all that stuff is stuff that I have to try to think over, and medications don't help.
So TFCC might be able to get, that's who said you might be able to get a room for a week?
No, TCCHC,
What's that?
Tillamook County Center for Health something, fuck, I don't know. Tillamook Health,
Oh,
the one that's
the health department.
kind of, it's right across the street from the TFCC office up here on Main here. Or no, it's on Pacific is what it's on.
Yeah, by the Red Apple.
Yep, literally right across the street, just east of the Red Apple, yeah. But there, I mean, I talked to Dr. Danelle Boggs. They keep ignoring my, all right, they go, back and forth between one place that says, well, you have a physical disability, so you have to go to the other place. The other place says, oh, well, you have a mental disability, you have to go to the other place. I go back and forth between them. Each and every one of them telling me it's not their job. It is literally all of their jobs. I have the paperwork to prove it. They refuse to look at it. Everyone refuses to look at it. They think that talking over me and making assumptions is better than the actual evidence. It's
Where
retarded.
did you get on disability at? What state?
Nebraska. But I've been disabled enough that I was supposed to have money at 18 and assistance at 18. Instead, I got dropped off at jack shit. My mom got busted fucking messing around with cocaine when she was supposed to be getting some of my money back. She kicked me out of the house because she had sex with the dude instead of getting my money back. Then she called the cops on me and said that I ran away because I didn't want to wash dishes. Fuck, washing dishes was like my bread and butter. Because while I was washing dishes, all I could hear is the sound of the water, and it sounded great. And I could slosh in the water and splash in the water, and I could fucking scrub stuff clean to my heart's fucking content. It wasn't like when my little sister cleaned the dishes and there was pieces of friggin' onion that were dried to it when you pull it out of the cabinet. And you're going, what the hell? We didn't even eat anything with onion in it.
For a week.
Right? And I tried explaining to him too, hey, you need to cap off the drain at the bottom because we have a shitty house. And Scott's not a goddamn plumber. He's an electrician. So he doesn't know the first thing about unclogging this stuff. None of the other guys that mom has rolling through while Scott's gone are going to work on fixing any of that stuff because they're working on my mom's plumbing. So, I mean, really, what do I do? So you get why I'm overwhelmed? Even that right there. And when I hear somebody screaming, when I hear somebody screaming or yelling, dude, it could take me up to 24 hours to be able to function after that well enough to do anything. For an autistic person, being able to have a quiet place that's safe for them to stim is important. I can't just stim in my car. People will assume I'm on drugs. I've been kicked out of so many friggin' parking lots because people like, we're getting complaints. Like, complaints of what? Well, we got complaints that you were walking around picking up cigarette butts. Yup, I knew it was going to be something. It's always something. Lots of people like to record me and say, hey man, I'm recording you, you piece of shit. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever, but I'm going to record you back. Oh, how dare you? You recorded me? Oh, you motherfucker, that's fucking illegal. Like, really? It wasn't so illegal when you did it to me, was it? Am I wrong, or is turnabout fair play?
Yeah, that, I don't know if you've met Officer Hernandez, but...
I have.
Wait, it's not Hernandez, it's,
There's a Garcia. If it's not Hernandez, because there is a Hernandez, isn't it?
This guy's a city cop, tall, skinny guy.
I'm gonna see which card it is, because the ones that I have the most of are Officer Sadler and Officer Loman, not Loman.
This is, his
Lom
name's-
something.
Yeah, I know what his name is.
It's on a card in your wallet. Well, what's the story about him? He's a midget. For what? Martinez.
So there was this lady parked right here where you're parked, and really nice lady, really sweet lady. She was friends with my grandma, and she rescues kittens, you know, cats and kittens and stuff. And she has 32 kittens at her house, you know, and they have to be regularly fed every hour and a half. So she came out from doing her laundry and her battery was dead, and she was having a total mental crisis and crying and couldn't communicate. And so
She's lucky she's not a dude. She'd have been slammed to the ground and fucking arrested. But go
so
ahead.
I don't have jumper cables, so there was a cop sitting over there. He had somebody pulled over, And I walked up from like here to that old Honda way. And he's like, get the fuck away, go the fuck away. And I was like, oh yeah? Watch this. So, back in the day, he was over here, and so when he first became he was in training here, outside of Safeways, he was threatening to shoot people in the face. Not this cop, this guy was threatening to shoot people in the face, and he's a chomo. You recording me now?
Oh, I got a notification.
So he's a chomo. So
Tyler said he's got me, so he'll be here after 5 tomorrow to help me. Go ahead.
So when the cops showed up, Fernandez, he's like, so you know this is all being recorded, because they have to notify you because they're not a member of the public, they're a public servant, which makes them less than you at the time that they're on duty. So
They don't act that way. That's why I record
I
everything.
was recording him, and he's like, you can't record me. And I was like, yeah, it's my First Amendment right. I can record you. So he didn't like that. And so he's had a problem with me ever since, because I was like, go talk to your sergeant that's training you right now. Go talk to your sergeant right now. Because you're fucking wrong. You're trying to violate my First Amendment right. Go talk to your sergeant. And he went over to the rig to talk to the sergeant. And when he was walking away, I was recording him, and I said, look at this bitch's walk of shame. That's what I call the walk of shame. And he was walking back to ask the sergeant, and the sergeant's like, told him, you know, hey, he can record you. He doesn't have to have your...
Oh, see, that's the thing, is that when I recorded people, they want to throw tantrums like it's the end of the world. I'm like, dude, ain't nobody threatening to kill you, your family. You're not being forced to move to places where you don't know anybody. And everybody thinks they know everything about autism. So, of course, you're just a retard. Basically, all they've learned about autism from having family members with autism is how to talk over retards or people they assume to be retards. And then you can't even say, hey, man, stop treating me like I'm a retard. I never said you were a retard. Well, you don't have to say I'm a retard. You treat me like one. And that's how most people are. They don't understand the sensory processing issues. It's like when they make a movie about somebody who's autistic, or a TV show. If you've ever watched The Big Bang Theory, yeah, I like that show. But Sheldon is for certainly not autistic. He's fucking something else, that's for damn sure. But he's there for comedy relief. It's like when that movie was playing in there earlier, it was Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo. And there's that girl in there who's got Tourette syndrome, and she's there for comedy relief. I have Tourette syndrome. It's not fucking hilarious. People beating you up because you fucking winked at them or their girlfriend. You didn't do it on purpose, but they are beating you up, calling you a homosexual, or saying that's my woman, or whatever it happens to be. It's screwed up. And then being autistic on top of it, you watch these shows, it's a bunch of movement and a bunch of colors, and anybody who's autistic is going to have an issue with that. Then there's the movie with Maddie Ziegler where she goes full retard. You never go full retard. Now, what movie is that from? Tropical Thunder. It's a comedy.
I can't, when I watch movies, like, I really can't remember.
Well, in that movie, one of the characters, Robert Downey Jr., tells him you never go full retard, because he played a man with Down syndrome, but instead of playing a man with Down syndrome, he just basically made funny noises, and kind of reminded you of a velociraptor. I've known lots of people with Down syndrome, and none of them acted like they were a velociraptor unless they were just playing because we were kids. So, it's demeaning. I have Tourette syndrome. When I curse, it's because I'm putting emphasis on my words. Hey, motherfucker, you didn't hear me the first 10 goddamn times, so I'm using some fucking harsh goddamn language in the hopes that you're gonna hear the English fucking coming out of my fucking mouth. Ugh.
Yeah, my friend, I mean, we were best buds growing up. He lived one house down from me. And he had Tourette's really bad. Like, he would, he'd get really twitching sometimes. And some days, like, sometimes, like, it wouldn't happen for a week. But I was at school, and James wasn't there that day. And this upperclassman, Luis, was his name. He was like, goes up, the teacher was out of the room, and James wasn't even there that day. He was at home. And he says, hey, look, I'm James McCauley, and starts doing this twitching shit. So I just stood up out of my desk and fucking walked up there and decked his ass. Oh, fuck, the school wanted to hang me. My dad wanted to fucking hang me for that shit.
That's everybody's solution for me. They're like, hey man, these are chimos. Just fucking kill them or just beat their asses. But I hate violence.
Yeah, so then...
I'm not sure if you noticed, but I'm not exactly in the best physical shape or mental shape. But I have to hide it. That's what a lot of people don't get, is that I have to pretend to be normal so I'm not punished. And that really is how it is. When I'm overwhelmed, the point with that Maddie Ziegler movie is that it's a bunch of colors, it's a bunch of movement, it's a bunch of stuff that's going to overwhelm anybody with sensory processing issues. And that's what real life is. That's what being stuck out here is. I never get a chance to calm down. I never get a quiet room to have some peace and quiet where I can control the amount of input, the amount of stimuli. It sucks.
Well, hopefully you get your weekend on down. That'd be nice.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work, but on the bright side, Mr. Crabtree said that he'd help me, which is helpful. Hopefully he's able to come through. I'm used to people not coming through, so it happens.
Yeah, I've known Tyler for a long time. I used to stop him from doing stupid stuff.
Well, you should have been at the library that day. Then I wouldn't have had to call the cops on his dumb ass. And I wouldn't have gotten footage on my YouTube channel of his fucking derriere. But other than that, he talked to me like I was a human being, and I can respect that. He also said if I needed help, just let him know, give him a call. He gave me his number, and yep, I let him know today I needed help, but he needed to work. Looks like that police officer's possibly coming through the parking lot here. Maybe he wants to say hello to you. No, he went past. All right, well, thanks for the soda pop. What fun. They did pull in here. The biggest issue that I've got is with the stall tactics. Like if they keep stalling long enough, that means they get away with the crimes, and that just ain't okay. Oh. Alright, so I had a pressurized soda bottle in here. And I have lost it. Big minute. Do not like losing things. For sure, they're not in here. Waiting for the longest time. Oh god, I got that song stuck in my head. I just can't get you out of my head. Boy, you're more than a debt to think about. Every night, every day, can't get you out of my. Well, I am not locating what it is that I'm looking for. On the bright side, I know it's not. Oh. Well, I was gonna try to show Chris this bottle that I've got. It's pretty cool, but it doesn't do any good if I can't find it, does it? Plus, he left already, so. Not a whole lot of sense in anything, really. Except that now I'm on a mission. Life is grand. Oh shit. I filled my goddamn soda pop. That was useful. And I still haven't found what I'm looking for. And I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Found it. Well, at least I got it cleared out enough to go park by where I usually sleep. Oh, let me show you the bottle here, I suppose. I guess I should put the steering wheel in the way. See, it's just a Code Red bottle or brisk tea bottle. And then it's got a nozzle on the front. Well, sort of.
What it actually is the lid to it, and it's got a hole cut in it, and it's got one of the things from a tire on a car on it. That can be hooked up a bunch of different ways too. That way it can be used for a pressurized line, all sorts of different stuff. It just takes for friggin' ever to get any air into it. I got a little tiny pump. You gotta pump it like 400 times to get it to work, and I don't have the hand strength to hold on to it for that long, let alone pump it that much. Right now, all of my muscles hurt. This has been depressurized. That's why I unscrewed the lid. I knew it wasn't pressurized enough to do any damage or hurt myself or anybody else. Just simply a matter of volume, right? I get overwhelmed, and a lot of people, as soon as I say something, I start trying to explain what's going on and why I need help, and it becomes story time again. Thank goodness not everybody just assumes it's story time. Some people do, though. They think it's perpetually story time. Anyway, there's no way I'm going to be able to lay down sideways. Somebody's got to fight for our rights, and I'm glad that the lady up at the church today that I spoke with, I'm glad that she's done some writing. I spoke to her, what was it, Tuesday? And she let me know that she had written the governor's office and the attorney general's office. So she's actually better equipped to do this stuff than I am. I got a lot of electronic devices. I'm overwhelmed. And I have no friends or family. I try to make friends, but it's tough when you first meet somebody and you're in a state of crisis. Yeah, you were really focused on ending the crisis more so than doing friend stuff, like having cheesy conversations about shit that doesn't matter. Or having pissing contests about whose life is worse. It don't matter whose life is worse. What matters is that I can't function, and I'm not able to be a good friend because I can't function. My balls hanging from the light on the counter. They're bouncy balls. Just realized how that must have sounded. Just working on a few different ideas. I gotta try to cut a triangle out of some paper tonight. That way I can wrap my balls properly, and then hopefully I can put that down as another invention.
Although I wouldn't do it as is because I kind of like the idea of safety. But what I've got put together is at least enough for proof of concept. Now, if we get people to stop being violent with each other like idiots, we'd be in a lot better place. But me being stuck here as long as I have, well, that's a restricted number. We don't answer them, do we? It is never a good idea to call me from a restricted number. Also, this time of night, it's obviously not going to be any of the professional type folks, is it? Alright. Well, at least I have plenty of gas, right? I knew that would happen. That's why I need the piece of paper. Oh well. You live and you learn, right? Either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Isn't that a Batman quote? Or was that Harvey Dent? Well, the problem I thought I would have if I did not wrap it up in a piece of paper, I'm having because I didn't wrap it up in a piece of paper. Hindsight is 20/20, right? Woulda, shoulda, coulda. And of course, I am wasting battery right now trying to make sure my electronics are charged. Oh my god, that fucking hurts. There's a lot of parents of autistic children that I have to be outright ashamed of through all this. Because of their complacency. Many of their children have to risk getting the, and I get to tend the rabbits, treatment. The assumption of guilt no matter what. No matter how much headway they make in life, it's never going to matter. They're never going to matter to anybody. They don't even matter to you, do they? What matters is what you want. What do you want? What do you want? Amanda DeMette, she can tell you about the challenges of having a special needs child or children. A lot of my friends can. Some of them said stupid stuff to me like, you know, Sean, I think meeting you helped prepare me for having special needs children. I'm like, do I act like you're special needs children? Well, no. Okay. Well, sometimes, yep. Do you look at the situation of that sometimes? Why is it that literally acting like that is the only thing I can do to get your attention when something is fucked up? You want to use this, you're an adult thing. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter if I'm an adult. I'm still going to be treated like I'm an autistic, retarded child. Well, except that I don't have the considerations that would be made for someone who is retarded or a child. But then again, as a child in the system, I didn't get that either. So really, it's all a bunch of bullshit. But yeah, sure, you go ahead and sell it however you want. You tell your story how you choose. And that's kind of what sets us apart from animals. Animals don't actually lie. Some people say, oh, my dog lied to me, his body language. Oh no. When he gets busted, his body language will show shame. Not embarrassment, shame. Humans get embarrassed. Embarrassment comes from giving a shit about what other people think. Those who wanted to tell me I shouldn't care what other people think showed they absolutely care what other people think. But of course, they wanted to give advice. They wanted to pretend that they know more about the retard's life than the retard himself. Now, a lot of these people say stuff like, oh, I didn't call you a retard. You don't have to call me a retard. You treat me like a retard. You talk down to me like I'm a retard. And meanwhile, what gives you the right to decide and define what retarded is? Don't you think there's people out here that are sick of hearing that word? But I use it back. I use it to be mean and rude and inconsiderate towards people who are mean and rude and inconsiderate towards me in exactly that way. Don't treat me like I'm retarded. Don't treat people who have Down syndrome like they're retarded. Don't treat people with cerebral palsy like they're retarded. Because guess what? They're not retarded. The problems that human beings have to face are horrible enough without you having to make it worse and pretend that the most at-risk people in the country deserve it, that they chose to be at risk. You pretend that somebody with Down syndrome chose to have Down syndrome. How about with cerebral palsy? You know it's wrong, but you do it anyway, don't you? You know it's wrong, but you got your assumptions, don't you? Of course you do. We all do. People just love passing judgment, don't they? A lot of y'all get pissed off because you think it should be your turn to speak all the time. You could help the victims if you'd listen, but you think that the victim should be listening to you. When I explain that it's frequent and ongoing abuse that I'm enduring, these mandated reporters, that's supposed to mean something to them. But it only means something to them if they know how to do their jobs. What do you do when they don't know how to do their jobs? Or when they outright refuse because you're a subhuman to them, an Untermenschen? I look too Jewish to get the benefits of the Aryan Brotherhood, although I don't see those as benefits. I never did. I guess that's because I'm kind of slightly askew. My opinions are probably going to differ from a diehard Nazi's. Even if a diehard Nazi is popular and famous, that ain't enough to shut me up. That ain't enough to make me forget. Those who do not know their history are doomed to repeat it. Right? Well, how true is that? Is that just a pretty saying that you pull up when it suits you? You remember that little giblet? That little turd chunk that you're using often out of context? Or as a general fix-all for a problem you know nothing about? You just figure, oh, well, I'm supposed to say something. I'm supposed to say something. Oh, as a friend, I'm supposed to give advice. No, 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 no. When your friend is being abused, if you're a real friend, you're helping them to turn it in right away. That's what a friend would do. If your friend is being harmed, you want them out of harm's way. I don't understand any of you just because of the whole lying thing. I don't understand why that's such a prevalent part of your society. Because it's not a part of ours. People who are neurodivergent, we're taught that we have to lie or you will hurt us. That's why it's so much scarier for us when we have to turn something in. It's like being a man who's being beaten on by your wife. You're not allowed to say anything. You just have to take the demasculation. That's what it's called. Challenge the manhood. It works. It's an effective strategy. My mom's been using it for, well, pretty much my entire life. Well, no, my entire life. My mom learned her manipulations somewhere. She wasn't just born like that. She isn't just naturally like that. Like everyone else in this country, she was taught to be that way. Taught to be that way. I'm going to say that again for those of you in the back. For those of you in the nosebleed section. That looks to me like I just made a big old mess. Oh well. I should probably end the video and try to get some sleep. The fact that you guys pay for this, I don't even know why they call it treatment, because we're not being treated. Well, we are. We're being treated like shit. We're being treated like we're less than human. Alright, I'm gonna end this video. Good night, y'all.